Hey, Mark Agnesi here again, in the back room at Norman's Rare Guitars. Once again, it's time for Guitar of the Day. We are selling guitars from this show really quick. Trini Lopez from the other day, that's gone. Then we did an Epiphone Sorrento and Jen's close-up thing that had hang tags, that's gone. There's just, I'm worried that all these guitars are not going to be able to get to Guitar of the Day before we sell them. But I got something special for you today for Flat Top Friday. This is one of the highlights of the show. I still got it here, so we should do this while you guys all have a chance to get at it. Why don't you guys come on back? This thing is from 1933. This is a Martin OM-18. Now Martin actually is doing a reissue currently, a 1933 OM-18. That's how rad this guitar is from this year. This is the last year of production on the OM guitars. We were talking about this. We were talking about this last Friday because we did that 00045. The OMs are basically the same shape as the 000s, just a little bit longer scale. This is a 25.4-inch scale. Spruce top, mahogany back and sides, ebony board and bridge on the 18s at this era. Once you get later into the 40s, they start to switch to the rosewood board and bridge. This one is still ebony. This is also cool. A lot of the early OMs will have banjo tuners. This is one of the last of the OMs, so you get the proper geared tuner. This also has the larger pick guard, like a 000 would have, that kind of phases out once you get into the end of the OMs. But just a really killer guitar. Totally straight. All it's had is a neck set, which let's talk about neck sets for a second, because if you're into old Martins, you've probably heard about neck sets. If you don't know what that is, you should be informed, especially when buying old Martin guitars. These guitars do have truss rods in them, but they're not adjustable. Martin didn't start doing an adjustable truss rod like Gibson does until you get into the 1980s. So everything from the dawn of Martin all the way through their golden age of the 30s and 40s through the 50s, all of that stuff does not have an adjustable rod. So what happens? These guitars, especially when they don't get played, they sit in the case a lot of times with full tension on the strings, and they just start pulling forward and forward and forward and forward. A lot of luthiers, to lower the action because of that, will just start to shave down the saddle here. And that works, you know, that's fine. But what happens when you keep shaving that saddle down and over time the action just won't get any lower? Once you lose this saddle, it's very important, this break angle coming from off the saddle down into where the post connects, that the greater the angle there, the more downward tension, the more volume, more tone you're going to get out of the guitar. So as that saddle gets shaved lower and lower and lower, you start to lose that break angle, you start to sacrifice volume, you start to sacrifice tone. And then you also sacrifice the action. When you do a neck set, which Joel, our luthier here, normally does almost all the Martins in-house, we do that as a value-added service. We just, if it needs a neck set when we buy a guitar, we just do it to it. He will get the neck off, he will recut the neck in there, re-glue it, reset it, and then put a nice fresh tall saddle on there, which will make the guitar good as new and give it another 40 to 50 years of life with the neck set. So yeah, sometimes when you're looking at old Martins on guitar, you always got to be wary of how much saddle's left on those things. A guitar that might look like a really good deal on paper might turn into a nightmare scenario once you get it home. Why don't we go out front, hit this thing, see what kind of sounds we get out of it. This is a cool guitar, you guys. Let's go hear it. Alright, we're out front here. We've got the 1933 Martin OM-18. We're going to hit it with the fingers a little bit, see what kind of sounds we can get out of this thing. have it from 1933, pre-war. Martin OM-18, original Adirondack spruce top, mahogany back and sides, ebony board, ebony bridge. This is one of the ones that they reissue. They're so great. This is the real thing. Hey, check me out on Instagram at Mark Agnesi. Check out the store at Norman's Rare Guitars. Check this and the rest of these guitars out on normansrareguitars.com. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for one last guitar of the day of the week. It's Saturday. Peace.
Woo, Mark! Woo-hoo!